Your name?
Hi, my name is Dr. Richa Pradipta.
Nice to meet you. Okay, what country are you from?
I'm from India.
Okay. What did you have to go through to come to be approved in America?
I had to appear for a visa interview at the American consulate in my home country. That was just the first step. After that, I had to take a series of several exams, and um, they were national exams, and I had to take two of those, and then undergo schooling in this country for 2 years.
What did you have to go to schooling for?
um, to do an advanced course in dentistry for international graduates.
That's nice. What age were you when you came to this country?
27.
How long have you been staying down here?
4 years.
What language do you guys speak in your home country?
Hindi.
Is it hard to learn to speak that?
No, it's not hard. Well, I believe it's not hard because I've already spoken that. But there's a few words that they're very similar to English. Yeah, just like any other language, I think.
Was it hard for you to learn our language when you came down here?
It wasn't, because all my education has been in English. So my primary education, right from primary education, was in English medium school. So yeah, this was pretty much my second language throughout.
Did you have any family in your home country?
Yes, all my family is back in India.
Was it hard leaving them?
Yes and no. No, because sometimes when you grow up, you want to be more independent and you don't want a lot of interferences. So that bit worked out. But then I miss them, and then especially during festivals and in times when I'm not so well, and I just generally miss them. Yeah.
Do you ever think they will come down here to join you?
I don't think they're gonna come down here to settle down here with me, but yeah, they will. They visit me every year or a couple of times every year.
Does it get emotional seeing them leave sometimes?
Sure, all the time. It's lots of tears at the airport.
Oh,
Yeah.
How does it feel to leave behind all your loved ones? What was your country's population?
Okay, it's the second most populous country in the world, and it's about 1 billion people plus.
And what kind of religion did y'all have?
I'm a Hindu by birth, and I'm more a spiritualist than a religious person. I'm not very religious, I would say.
But back in your country, was it just men who could work, or y'all could both work, and women had to stay home?
No, my grandmom was a primary school principal, and my mom is an obstetrician. My mom-in-law is an obstetrician. My sister is a surgeon. So yeah, and actually my dad stepped down when we were born to look after me and my sister. We are twins, and my mom was a resident at that time, so she didn't have time to stay back home. So my dad took over looking after our family. It was he really did what my mom should have probably traditionally, but I think in my country it really depends upon what kind of family or how educated your family is. So and it depends on how the relationship is between parents. Who wants to step down and look after family, and who wants to go out, and if they want to do both, then I think they have the freedom to. And people respect women. We've had women prime ministers in our country back in 70s and 80s. So yeah.
Your job, do you make the same amount of money that you do here than you did back home?
Yeah, I think we are coming to a point where it's almost equal now, both in terms of the standard of living and the amount of money that can be earned. If you convert it into currency, so if you translate the American dollar into Indian rupee, it accounts for a lot more. However, if you compare living into both countries, given their own um, their own markets and their own standard of living, I think it comes to about the same. Yeah. I think time is catching up and it's kind of gonna be almost like a similar standard the world over probably. So, yeah.
Do you think you made a mistake by coming down here to doing what you like to do best?
No, I never thought that even for a moment. If I would, I wouldn't be here. And I really enjoyed going through school over here. And I like the fact that over here I get to interact with a lot of people from different countries and different cultures. And yeah, all in all, I've had a very good experience. I like the fact that people are very professional and work culture is really strong in this country, very strong. Yeah.
Do you enjoy the environment?
Yes, I like it. Most places I visited and lived have been very clean, and you know, it's pretty beautiful everywhere. I lived in California; it was just awesome. Texas is a whole different geography. It's totally different. So it's like, you know, even though you're living in one country, you have the experiences of several countries together.
Is it easy finding your traditional foods here?
Very. All the time.
So what's your favorite traditional food?
I think it's just home cooked, simple food.
Home cooked.
Yeah.
So you're not a big fan of fast food?
No, I'm not. It's mostly a lot of seafood, I would say. I like seafood.
So most of Indian's food is made out of seafood?
Yeah, a lot of Indian food. It depends on what part of India you're from. So people who live around coastal regions, around the sea coast and everything, and a big chunk of India is bounded by 3 different oceans. So people living around the coastline eat a lot of different kinds of seafood. So yeah,
So
but I am from a mainland and I'm nowhere near sea, but I love seafood. So yeah.
So it depends on what area you live at. That's what kind of.
Exactly. It's like, you know, how in Texas it's more Tex-Mex, and then in other parts, you know, you go to California, it's probably more, I don't know, it's a little bit of everywhere. Everything in California, New York is different. Chicago pizzas and, you know, yeah, all that. So it's like that, yeah.
So what is your primary transportation in your country? Like, how did you travel?
Public transport is pretty good, but a lot of people drive. It depends on where you live. So if you live in one of the big cities or metros, public transport is very robust. A lot of people do drive. So like most of my family members do drive, but some of them living in bigger cities like Mumbai and Delhi, they do use public transport. We have just like here, we have buses and then, you know, subway system, underground trains, and then cars, and a lot of people, however, don't use cycles like over here. I see a lot of people cycle, at least in California they would. Back home in India they didn't cycle a lot. Yeah.
Would y'all do you pay the same amount of transportation? You know how much our gas is?
Gas is so much more expensive out there.
It is?
Unbelievably. Yeah, you wouldn't want to.
So it's nothing compared to how much you pay for the gas down here?
No, it's so much cheaper out here. Gas is very cheap.
Surprising.
Yes,
It is.
And gas is very expensive. My mom complains all the time about how expensive gas is.
So when she comes in here, she's like, wow, that's cheap gas.
Oh yeah, oof, absolutely. And she likes that you get more mileage for your for the amount of gas that you buy. Yeah. I think cars are probably much more efficient, or the roads are much more better. Infrastructure is much better out here.
So, when you came down here, did you come down here married, or you just married when you came down here?
No, I didn't come here married. Yeah. Well, I was engaged. And then, yeah, I was visiting my fiance, then fiance, when I started coming over.
So, like, in another way,
yeah, it's okay. Take your time.
Don't get embarrassed now. Your time is over.
So when she comes down here to visit you, does she like the kind of celebration we do down here?
My mom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she makes special trips for Christmas sometimes. She
Is
loves
your
it.
Christmas and holidays the same as ours down here?
Oh, no, they're not. But Christmas is also celebrated, but obviously not in such a big way, because the majority population is not, they aren't Christians. However, it just, I mean, in India we get public holidays for festivals of all religions. Like for Christians, there's a public holiday on Christmas. There's public holiday on the Muslim festival, Eid. There's public holiday on the Hindu festivals, major festivals, and on the Sikh festivals. So every religion is kind of accorded similar status according to a constitution. The flip side to that is we end up getting more holidays than we should. But yeah, that's how our constitution works. So.
Like our holidays, sometimes they last for one day. Does your holidays last for more than one day, or depends on what kind of holiday?
Yeah, it kind of depends. Sometimes it's between 2 to 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Christmas was that long.
Yes. Weekends, however, do not include Saturdays. Saturday is a half day. You have got to work for half a day. It's a short day.
Saturday?
Yeah.
Wow, thank the Lord that's not down here. Everybody loves their Saturdays.
Yeah, no, you get more holidays, but then they take away your Saturdays. So you end up working, I think, almost the same.
So the time difference is really different between your country and our country?
Yes, it's I think it's 11.5 hours ahead. So it's east, so it's ahead. So right now it would be so this is about 3, so it would be 2:30 in the morning. It's very different.
Yeah, it is. That would be different if you would visit there. You probably wake up at this time and it's actually midnight.
Oh, yeah. You get. I mean, I get severe jet lag when I travel.
Right.
Severe, yeah. I mean, almost a whole week I got to take to recover. Yeah.
You're done?
Well, it was nice meeting you.
Hey, you too.
Thank you.